hello, hello. Happy Thursday and welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, tell a friend, follow us on IG, all of that stuff, yada, 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 yada. Okay, so on the docket today, we have the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 6, Don't Be Sea Salty.
This was okay. I'll put it this way: I won't say this was a complete nothing burger, but what I will say is giving us insight to the shifting friendship dynamics. That's pretty much what I got from this episode overall. And that's pretty much it.
I will agree with you on that, and here's why. When they put in a segment of a main cast character sitting down eating chips,
Right?
I'm at you like you didn't have nothing else to fill out this episode.
Right. But and the chip eating had commentary behind it though.
And yeah, in a confessional.
The chip got a whole confessional. I'm glad it wasn't just me. Cause I was just like, it was just like they did the slow motion and the
music.
the music, and they gave her like a montage, like, and she had to describe the chip. I was sitting here dying.
I was like, really? Okay.
But hold on, I have a question. Did we ever figure out the brand, the chip brand name?
They did everything but promote the name of that chip.
Thank you. Okay, so it wasn't just me.
We got ridges, we got sea salt, we got texture, we got how she put it in her mouth and massage it, and it's the best, the thick cut, all of that. All the while you could see her waiting for Marlo to call her because she can't stop looking at the phone. It was just so unnecessary.
It was hilarious.
Okay, so here's high-level overview of what happened in this episode. Marla and Kenya decide to plan a special day to cheer up Cherie after she got stood up in Philadelphia. Cherie is there talking to her daughter, just holding on to a nothing burger relationship. Kenya and Drew have lunch so that Drew could suck up to Kenya and beg to be unblocked on IG. Sonia has a photo shoot for her brand, Mommy Nation, and she invited and then uninvited Drew. Let's see the fallout. Kenya bails on her cheer up day for Cherie with Marlo in full glam. But she sends her assistant Drew over to do the hard labor. Next, Sanya and her mom, they are shopping for ingredients for her Jamaican cooking event that she's invited all the ladies to. But Sanya's mom said, Drew don't want none of this. Marlo has a come to Jesus with Sheree. Girl, know your worth. Know your worth. Then, last but not least, we have Sanya's Jamaican cooking event, which is not held at her home. Drew decides to text that day that she declines the event. We see Sheree and Marlo trying to go in on Kenya and Candy. And last but not least, in the final seconds of the show, we see Drew arriving at the Jamaican event. That's it.
Yeah.
I purposely left out the chips.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What did we? Okay, let's go. Okay, for me, I'm gonna go back to the whole Kenya not showing up thing. Now, here's my thing. Kenya said she was in full blown because she had planned to come to the event. Okay, but you still laid in bed with your makeup on. Okay, and she said she went to the doctor. She was going to the doctor, but like, did she ever make it to the doctor? Like, what's wrong with her? Like, we never got the full over scope of the explanation. Like, we never heard like if she made it to the doctor. At least I didn't hear it.
Well, she said that she went to the doctor to get a test, and the doctor told her not to go. Because remember, at the Jamaican event, Sheree asked for her medical records.
Okay. I was like, did she make it to the doctor? And then you're right. That it
Yeah.
was that part.
Yeah,
I kind of
because
tuned out because that was an unnecessary argument.
well, it had some little things that were
It
key
did.
because Kenya admitted going to the doctor, and Sheree was like, "Where's the medical records?" Or she just asked for proof, and Kenya fought back. She was like, "You can't call me out on that." One, because of medical protection, privacy laws, and
Right.
two, what I thought y'all supposed to be friends, but that's that was the two. And
Oh, Pearl.
actually the thumbnail that I had, that was the argument.
Okay, so Pearl said no. She said she called the doctor and he said she should get a test and not go to the event. Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. The doctor was involved, but again, I think she would have had to been forced because the crew was there.
Mhm.
And if the crew was there and she's looking like that and coughing like that, they're gonna be like, "Bae, go get a nasal swab." Because weren't they filming last fall, some
Yeah.
fall?
And I want to
Yeah.
know what was the time lapse between Sheree's cheer up day and Sonya's cooking event because
Mm.
I just want to know the time lapse because with editing, it's making it look they're trying to make it look like the
I
event was
think
the next
it's
day.
I think it was. I think because Marlo said you can come to my thing, but the day before you was at Mommy Nation.
Right.
And then Kenya said, "Well, I wanted to support." And she's like, "No, hold on. No. Sheree, the Marlo's event for Sheree was the day before the Jamaican event. Because
So the
she's like,
timeline
"How
is
did you
correct.
go to that? Yeah, how did you go to that? And how could you miss mine and come to this?" And she said, "Well, I just wanted to show support." And she said, "You can show support for me yesterday." Yeah, that was it.
Okay, because it's interesting because remember the day before that was okay. It was Mommy Nation, then Sheree's uh cheer up, and then after the day after that was um Sonya's cooking event.
Pearl got the receipts because Kenya says she did the test and it came back negative that morning. So she was able to come to Sonia's event. Yep.
Mhm.
Thank you, Pearl. Oh my God. You watch this show better than we do.
So
um,
it was 3 consecutive days of
mm,
things, but she wasn't feeling well. She was out because
on
because Kenya
Marlo's
said,
day.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she said Kenya because Kenya said she's no, Marlon said, yo, you were at Candy, you were Sonya's thing,
Mm-hmm.
or Kenya said I was out with Candy at Sonya's thing, and that's when Marlon
Mm-hmm.
said Sonya had an event, so
Mm-hmm.
or some whatever. So they talked about that, and then she wasn't feeling well. Kenya must have called her doctor, like Pearl said. He said, "Don't go. Take a test based on your symptoms." And then she took a test and got it was negative that morning, so she was able to go to Sonya's event. That's
Mm-hmm.
the time I was breaking down.
Okay, so Sheree event was Kenya's idea. She went shopping, organized the foot massage, so she had good intentions. She did, she
Right.
did. She just didn't
Mhm.
want to be bothered, or she had someplace else to go. I mean, what do you think about? What do you think about Tweedledee and Tweedledum? Um, do you think Marlo is coming in a little bit too aggressive? Like, I feel there's a subtle difference between shade and cutting to the white meat.
I think the problem is she's acting brand new when she's been on the show for years. Like the way she's acting, coming, trying to come in hard. She's trying to come. She's coming in hard like she's a brand new peach holder. I'm like, well, you are not new to this group. You're not new to this show, so there's no reason for you to come out the gate like this. You're not
Mm-hmm.
new. The producers told you as much. They're like, Marlo, like, quit acting like you knew.
We know
And they,
you.
and that was a cue for her to like, pull it back a little bit because she
Mm-hmm.
was great as a friend. I don't understand why she's trying to. Your spot's secured at this point because you are your friend. You got your piece. She could just kind of she really could have coasted through this season and been fine. To be completely honest, because she has like two good storylines. Like we get to see her life with her nephews for the first time, like in depth, and then we also get to see her how her business works. Like I'll be honest,
Mm.
like she has the best storylines that I want to know about. Like this extra mess is not necessary. It's not necessary because we all know you and Sheree gonna fall out eventually anyway.
Well, and I want to touch on that. What do you think about Sheree aligning herself with Marlo?
Sheree's gonna look for any port in the storm at this point. Like she's on her third strike.
But she
So
always picking the wrong port.
uh, true, like I think she's in a vulnerable spot at this point in time in her life. Like she's looking for her friends to support her, and I guess she feels like the one person she really thought would be supportive would be Candy, and
Hmm.
she addressed Candy about that. And I will agree with Candy on this. I'm similar. If you're going through a hard time,
Hmm.
I'm not going to bombard you because I'm going to ask you a lot of questions. And me asking all those questions while the wound is still fresh may not be the right way to go. And Candy said she's like, I wanted to wait till you spoke on it because you don't know what someone's feeling. I mean, can you imagine you sitting there by yourself crying and you're in this plus all over the blogs and all over the news, like all over the sites? Come on now. You don't want to add to that person's misery. And then Sheree was like, well, the fact that Drew showed up was it was really there for her. I'm like, Sheree, back up a little bit. Had Kenya not been sick, Drew wouldn't have shown up.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Oh my God. I feel like Candy already said what she had to say about Love After Lockup with Sheree.
Right.
She has personal experience with that. You continue to go down a path that just was going to nowhere. Why? Like, okay, you just made me apologize to you for talking out of turn with you. I'm not going to interfere with you. And besides, um, Candy got businesses. She has no time for y'all. This is just like she's just going through the motions, showing up for this show.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the reason why Drew would have compassion for you is because Portia's no longer on the show. So Drew is trying to figure out who she can align herself with so she can get another season. I don't care, Sheree. Eat your chips.
Right. Pro's like, I want to know what pressure the producers put on Sonny to get a storyline. Why is she trying to start beef with you? Yeah, I'll admit that came out of nowhere for me.
But honestly, here let me I kind of drew my own conclusions with this. Sonya does have a storyline. I wish that they would allow her to talk about it. Sonya is a broadcaster for sports. She's one of the
Right.
top ones with Otto Baldwin. For out of Trinidad. She has a great career. Her husband had a great career and then went into his retirement career with businesses. Her sister's a great hairdresser because she's got bomb hair. Um, there's so much more to her
Mm-hmm.
than what they're doing here. And I agree with her for uninviting Drew to her Mommy Nation thing, because if you are questioning, these women were bringing up Ponzi schemes
Right.
with regards to Drew's affiliation with this business.
Mm-hmm.
You are trying to pull up your Mommy Nation. You don't want somebody that people are saying that sound Ponzi-ish to be promoting your brand.
Right.
You want people with actual successful businesses like Candy and talk as much as we want. Kenya Moore Hair Care.
Mm-hmm.
You want those two to promote your business, not misspelled Lay Archive and She by Sheree that never came. We still waiting.
Right. Maybe September.
But you see
Uh,
what I'm saying? Like, I can
right.
kind of understand why she wouldn't want her affiliated with her stuff.
Right. And my thing with Sonya is this, like you said, she has a litany of accomplishments. Like it's similar to Candy. They came onto the show with fame intact. Like, Sonya will be in the history books forever. Candy will be in the
Mm-hmm.
history books forever. So it's interesting when they bring on famous people how they want them treated and stuff like that, and how I think they're being. I think how can I put this? Like how Candy kind of overshadows everyone. I think they're not trying to. I think they want Sonya to fit in first and
Mm-hmm.
be in the mix versus just blow everybody out of the water with her accomplishments.
Look,
That's the way it's coming across to me because I want to know about mom and dad, the sister. I'm more interested in her family overall and their dynamic. I'm really interested in them. You
they are
know,
all characters.
yeah,
Dad and mom, hysterical. And I'm surprised that mom stayed quiet. I feel like they edited out some stuff and let
mhm,
Joyce, Mama Joyce, take the lead at diffusing that situation.
right.
Because you can't play like that in Sonia's mother's presence. Did you see her face when Marlo started talking about
Hmm.
limp dicks? Ciao. And that's true, Pearl. Drew showed up for
Yeah,
Kenya, not
for
Sheree.
sure. Like 100%. As I was saying earlier, like had Kenya not been sick, Drew wouldn't have shown up for her. So quit playing.
Mm-hmm.
Quit playing. Sonya should came in. Sonya should come in. I got 5 houses.
Oh, child, why didn't
But
she get this place renovated before the show started?
but they did a whole bunch of stuff though. They haven't been in Atlanta long though. They only been in Atlanta what a year and a half I think. And
Mm-hmm.
they in the mama said like, oh we redoing everything. I'm like ooh ooh. Yeah, they haven't been in Atlanta that long.
Yeah, that's true. And
So
yet she's trying to drag the sister with her. Like she takes her family wherever they
yep.
go. Cause you heard Ross say that. Like, we've been together for 20 years. That's just how it is. He's
Mhm.
Caribbean now. He know wherever I
You
go, the
know.
family go.
Yeah. For real. And they not playing no games either. So with Sonya, I'm
Hmm.
interested. Next week's gonna be interesting.
Oh,
Um,
see. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
it's gonna be interesting when I guess Drew's talking about. I'm jumping ahead to next
Hmm.
week because the preview was interesting to me when Drew's trying to accuse Sonya for clout chasing. I'm like, oh really? Get out of here.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, see, that's what happens. It's like people think they're bigger than what they are, and Drew, stop it.
I
If this is your friend, if Sonya's your friend, you know her accomplishments. Quit playing.
don't you think that was just her, like, deflecting? Like, it's really her
Yeah,
who's
of
clout
course.
chasing? Okay, so looky.
Yeah, I
That's the
mean,
brown stew chicken with some jasmine rice and some sauteed. Oh no, that's the salad. I
yeah,
didn't get a picture of the other chicken, the curry chicken.
right.
Oh, this looked good.
Ooh, Pearl has a good point.
Mm.
There's no loyalty this season. No genuine friendships. Too many flip floppers. What's happened to the show is, and I'm gonna be honest with this, Drew, like losing Portia and losing Portia and Cynthia, and
Mm.
I'm gonna throw Nene in the mix as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was the core friendships, in my opinion. And then you bring in Drew and Sonya, and then the problem. Here's the main problem. We talked about this in earlier episodes. The main issue with Sonya is that she should have been brought in by Candy, not Drew. They give
Correct.
Sonya, excuse me, was Drew's storyline. Sorry.
But here's the thing, it's really showing that they were never friends to begin with
Right.
because Sonya is now realizing, wait, what? This is how she's rolling? Like, if that was your friend, wouldn't you
Your
have
real
known?
friend.
Exactly. She's gravitating more to Candy because she's been friends with Candy better. I'm not going to say longer, but she has established a better relationship with Candy than she
Right.
has with Drew. Because I think Candy, when all is said and done, is a more down to earth person than most of these cast members.
Look, if you really think about it, though, Drew has mentioned her acting career more times than Kenny's mentioned her music career. And when Candy talks about her music career, it's because people bring it up to her.
And try to challenge it or minimize it.
Right.
But
Um.
Drew just seems to be braggadocious to being braggadocious.
Yeah. I mean, like, and it's not to be mean. She has some sort of accomplishments, but ma'am, like you've been in the game and on what
the
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 TLC
um
movie.
the TLC
The
movie,
TLC
yeah.
movie. I mean,
And a
can't.
Lifetime thing?
Yeah. I mean, Candy has still getting royalties off her writing.
If you see
No, I'm
all of
saying
those, no, I remember Caribbean. If I say if, that's an
right.
agreement.
Okay.
I'm slipping in the Caribbean, but on Candy's walls, there's a lot of gold and platinum disc.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
I don't know. Ugh.
Mhm.
Remember when Sonia husband met Todd? He said, "I heard you're the man to know around here. They're trying to align themselves with the right people."
Yeah, because they're new. They're new.
Yes, yes. Pearl, but also, I think it's because their wives are friends,
Mhm.
and Todd has, say what you will about Todd and how he gets his financing, but he has opened up a series of businesses.
Yeah.
Remember, Ross is in his retirement,
Mhm.
so maybe he wants to like open up another branch of his luxury car
Right.
service in Atlanta.
And I'm sure Todd knows the building permit people, the contractors, those type people. I'm sure he knows
Hmm.
those type folks. So he's a good person to know. Like, what do the other husbands really offer?
Was it last season or season before last? Wasn't he thinking about getting into trucking? Remember? It was,
Yeah, it was hilarious.
yeah, because they were out back of a restaurant that they
Mhm.
were starting up or doing something to, and then he was talking about, yeah, we could use the back here for the big rigs or something. I
Rigs.
was just
It
like,
was
wait,
hilarious.
what? But you never know. You never know. We might not know all of their businesses. Ralph offers a trip to Miami. Pearl, it's Tampa.
He got to stay out of Tampa. But I can see where Sonya. But this is where like this is wrong. How producers aren't doing this properly. If someone's a friend of someone else, just let that person bring them into the group. Don't
It
have
seems more
Drew bringing in
genuine.
Senior. Because we even said like, huh, y'all friends, especially after Kim's like, yeah, I've been knowing Sonya for a while because we used to go to the same hairdresser. We've hung out. I'm like, hold up, but y'all got Drew introducing Sonya. Okay,
It just seems disingenuous, and the
very
friendship collapses almost immediately
immediately,
because y'all don't know each other.
right?
I know Candy knows everybody. And I know we say that rather flippantly, right? But if she is the networker in Atlanta, I think she should be the one to introduce most of the people. They let Lisa introduce every freaking body on Beverly Hills.
Hmm.
Why not let Candy introduce the people here? Ugh,
Right, and then it just
so stupid.
this just makes this. And like I said, I like Drew overall. I do.
I don't.
I do. But she's not a good fit for this cast.
No.
Here's what, and this is just me using my producer casting cap. This is what I really would do. I would get rid of Drew,
Mm-hmm.
and I really, and people may not want to hear this, but this is how I feel. I would bring back Cynthia. I would bring back Nene, and if I could, Portia, you ain't got nothing to do right now. Someone to come back to.
Not with Simon.
Yeah, now with Simon. That's what I would do. I would get rid of Drew and
Why
try and
not
get.
bring back Fei Fei?
I mean, Phaedra. I look at Phaedra as more of a long shot. Like her and Nene are about neck and neck. Um, but I think there's a better chance of Nene resolving her issues with Bravo than Phaedra resolving her issues with Candy at this point. So that's just how I'm looking at it right now. Because Drew, this Sonya is a very good addition to the show. I like her. I like her family. Drew just does not fit in because the problem with Drew is she has no one to she has no anchor, and this is her second season.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the ladies, they're really not trying to. They don't seem to be trying to embrace her. She's like that annoying little sister who just happens to be there.
Mm-hmm.
But Susan,
We
is
are.
it me?
We
Are
are
they
having some
losing?
technical issues. Mm-hmm.
I think she's talking about the show.
Yeah, we are, because I'm watching it. We're like stuttering.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Ooh,
I thought Susan was talking about. I thought that Susan was talking about the Atlanta girls. Are they? Because
um,
she said, are they losing connection?
is it me or are they losing connection?
The ladies.
I thought she was talking about us because when I looked over and looked at our feed, we were stuttering.
Oh,
We had frozen a little bit.
I thought they were talking about the
Mhm.
cast. And either way, yes, yes to both.
Yes to both. Pearl says we need to drop Drew, not drop it with Drew. Yup.
Yep. And I never thought I would say that about her, but she's giving me nothing.
Thank you, Susan.
Thanks,
Always
Susan.
looking out for us. Okay, so yeah, was there anything
No,
else?
we're good.
That was it.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
wait, one last
what.
question for you. What did
Mhm.
you think about Marlo's conversation with Sheree and like making her realize, know her worth, block his number, do not talk to him, and even Mama Joyce saying, I would have been blocked his number.
I agree. Here's the thing: someone who can leave you by yourself
Mm-hmm.
after making plans
Mm-hmm.
and not call you to offer any kind of explanation doesn't really care about you.
And then adding insult to injury, just call you as if nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Yeah, that's a
Okay.
problem for me.
But and this is where I lost it with Sheree because she's like, but I just can't, I'm not sure if I'm ready to close that door or whatever she was saying. Uh, you
AKA
are
this,
grown.
AKA this is my storyline for the season, so I gotta keep it
I
going.
know, but honestly, it's not coming off. It's coming off as love after lockup. And if you're
Right.
making me agree with Drew, like how she said on Watch What Happens Live, I'm angry at you, Sheree.
Yes. You're too old to be going. You're too mature to be going
Mm-hmm.
through this.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. So let's I think that's about it for this crazy episode. So that was Real Housewives of Atlanta season, what is it? Season 14, episode 6. Don't be sea salty. The bag of chips
Exactly.
was better than Sheree in this episode.
True.
I have to go get chips today. Oh my God. Anywho, let us know what you think. Guys, the live chat was amazing. We will be back at the top of the hour to do the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This is a thruple show on this day. We're doing Atlanta, Beverly Hills, and Dubai. So see you at the top of the hour. Bring all of your notes. I feel bad for Sheree, and Marlo is a good friend in this episode.
Right.
Mm-mm-mm. All right. So Jamal, any final comments?
No, we're good. I'm looking
We're
forward to the
good.
next episode because next episode looks kind of good.
All right. Okay. So until next time.
Yep.
All right, y'all. Bye.